We met in New York, 1998. It was a fashion week, September 1998.
The famous fashion week.
The famous fashion week in
Were
New
you
York.
introduced?
Well, no, we were both at the same party, and that's how we met. He came
Like
to
her right
me.
away?
I went crazy. I said, I was actually supposed to meet somebody else, and there was this great supermodel sitting next to Melania, and I was supposed to meet this supermodel, and they were saying, look, there's so-and-so. I said, forget about her. Who's the one on the left? And it was Melania.
It was a great chemistry and energy. We had, great time. We started to talk, and, it was something was there right away.
And it was a long engagement.
It was.
Why?
Well, we just had a great time, and we didn't worry about it, and, just live lives. And then one day, surprise.
Well, we were together.
Give it to us.
We were together 5 years. We literally have never had an argument, or forget about the word fight. We never even had an argument. We just are very compatible. We get along. And I just said, you know what, it's time. And it wasn't a big deal. It was almost like it was obvious.
You know what, it's time?
No, I did it a little better than that, without going into too much detail. But it was time, and we just have a very good relationship.
Yes, when I started planning, it was a lot of fun. So I loved it. I loved my dress. I had a great time in Paris. I went with my great friend, Andre Leontali. He's an amazing man. And we went to Paris for 1 week to the shows, and with Anna Winter, the editor of Vogue.
What was the wedding like?
Fantastic. We had a
I
great time.
I had to
We
work.
missed you.
I see, I had to
You're
work.
the only one that wasn't there.
I had to work.
That's true. That's okay.
It was great. It was really, I had a great time planning it. And
Were you nervous?
No, not at all.
Not at all?
Not at all. I had a great time because we were
You'd
in
never
the
been married,
relationship.
right?
Never been married before. And we were in the relationship for a long time, so
But
I
still,
knew.
that's a grand scene.
It is, but we know what kind of relationship we have, and I don't think I should be scared of anything.
Well, it was good. We stayed in Mar-a-Lago and Palm Beach. Somebody said, where are you going for the honeymoon? And our attitude was, why would we leave Palm Beach? We have the most beautiful, they don't call it Palm Beach for no reason. We have the most beautiful palm trees, right? So why are we going to leave our gorgeous, beautiful house called Mar-a-Lago and venture out into some tropical island where things aren't clean or whatever?
Not clean, where people shake hands. Did you feel different when they said man and wife?
No. I felt that it was just so natural. I didn't feel different. And I wasn't very nervous, and she wasn't very nervous. We just knew what we were getting into. It just was time. It was just sort of very easy.
You feel different?
We didn't feel different at all, It was really kind of, sometimes we say like, oh, husband, wife, it's like kind of a jokingly. Yeah, I use the name Trump, yes.
Because you're proud of it.
I'm proud of it. Yes, I am. And I married a man, and, I'm kind of old-fashioned in that way, that, you take the name of the husband.
Did your parents like him?
Yes, they do.
Do you want to parent? Do you want to be a mother?
Yes, we want to have a family. We want to have a baby together.
You have how many children?
I have 4. 4 beautiful children.
And they're
all
great
good
kids.
children. Yeah.
Successful
all
kids.
really good. And they're very successful. All doing well in school. They're all terrific.
How do you feel about fatherhood again?
I like it.
How old are you, Don?
58.
Young.
It's young compared to you, right?
Yeah, compared to me, I got a 6 and a 5.
My man, give me your hand in.
Hey,
I
there's
don't
nothing
mind
like
shaking.
it.
I'm telling you, there's no problem with shaking this guy's hand.
Right,
This
of
was
course.
3 times already.
Plus, I'll be washing my hands very strongly. Look, the way I look at it, there's nothing like a good marriage, and there's nothing like having children. I have 4 great children. If you have the money, having children is great. Now, I know Melania. I'm not going to be doing the diapers. I'm not going to be making the food. I may never even see the kids, frankly.
No, yo,
okay? No, she will be an unbelievable mother. I'll be a good father, but I'll be,
How do you know?
doing
she'll
my
be
deals.
You know it.
Oh, her?
Yeah.
She'll be an amazing mother. I have no doubt about that. She'll be an amazing mother.
I've been in Slovenia 2 years ago.
Did you go?
Yes, I was there about 13 minutes. No, it's a beautiful country. I landed, said, hi, Mom, hi, Dad, bye. Boom. Well, I picked it, and it's from Graf Jewelers, who are terrific. And
Oprah's jeweler.
that's true. And I love Oprah. She is terrific. And they're just, it was just a nice...
Did you pick it, or did you go with him?
No, he picked it.
I picked it, but she and I have very similar taste. It's amazing. We have just similar taste.
I don't think he's a control freak. He's perfectionist.
No, that's a slight difference. Does
It
he
is,
make
but
demands?
I don't think so. Maybe he makes demands in his business because he needs to. You know, he's kind of a general. He needs to, you know, have people in line, but not at home. We are very equal in the relationship, and that's very important. You know, to marry a man like Donald is, you need to know who you are, and you need to be very strong and smart, and you know, he needs to know that he could rely on me sometimes, you know, and we share a lot of stuff together. I don't think he's control freak at all. Yes, sometimes, but he's working all the time. You know, Saturday, Sundays, he's playing golf, he's working all the time.
Doesn't it bother you?
No, it's his passion. He loves it. It doesn't bother me. I don't want to change him. I don't want, you know, to say, come home and, you know, be with me. I don't want to change him. I want to give him a space, and I think that's very important in the relationship.
Yeah, I don't consider myself a workaholic. I mean, I work, but it's not work. It's like you. I mean, I love what I do, so it's no longer work. It's not like work. I mean, work to me is going on a 2-week vacation. If somebody said you have to go away for 2 weeks, you're going to Africa on a safari, there's not going to be any phones, you know what? You get me out of here, right? So that's to me, like, that would be work. But what Melania is so good at, we just have this natural relationship. It's like my mother and father. They were married 63 years. I've always heard you have to work at a good relationship. My father didn't work at a good relationship. He went home, he had dinner, he went to bed, he took it easy, he watched television. My mother did the same thing. She cooked them dinner. And it was just one of those things. It wasn't work. But I always heard you have to work at a relationship.
You're not working at this.
No, because, look, I work very hard from early in the morning till late in the evening. I don't want to go home and have to work at a relationship. I mean, that's it. A relationship we have to work at it, in my opinion, doesn't work. So maybe
I cook sometimes when we stay home and something very fast, and you know, but we are out most of the time, so I don't really have, you know, time to cook.
What is?
Yes, but you don't, you know, I grew up, you always, you know, taking care of the money. You're not like a, you know, big spender, and you're saying like, okay, I will buy it even if I don't like it for 100%. You know, you really need to love it that you buy it.
Oh, so you're not just shop to shop.
I'm not just shop to shop. It's
she has
just
never taken advantage of that situation, okay, as many women would have, frankly. I mean, she's not one that sees a beautiful something in a Fifth Avenue or Madison Avenue window and said, I'm going to get it, or please get it. It's not her thing.
You know, I made a lot of money myself, so it's like I know how it's to work and what money means. So it's not that I will say, okay, now I will have the latest bag, I want that bag, and then in 1 month that bag will be in the closet inside, that it's not even, you know, it's kind of funny if you have that bag. It's like not in fashion. I'm not into that. Amazing heart. He likes to help people, he has friends, he's loyal to it. He is great sense of humor. Great sense of humor. And I think, you know, people know him more since The Apprentice, the way he is. He cares about people.
Well, I think the press doesn't really like hearing that, to be honest with you. I mean, I do a lot of things, and I don't like to talk about them, but they'd much rather see me, you know, beating someone up than being nice to somebody. You know, it fits the image better for them. And I think that's fine. It doesn't matter. But I love to help people. I do. I love helping people. There's nothing better. There's nothing that makes me feel
reward,
better. Yeah. But I don't think that's the image that the press really wants for me. You know, they develop sort of an image for somebody, and that's what they want to go with. And I think that's probably one of the reasons The Apprentice did so well. And which is interesting about The Apprentice is that I fire people. That's what I do. I fire people.
You do a mean thing.
No, I do a mean thing, and everyone
Firing
thinks I'm
is
so
mean.
much nicer than before. You know, they used to think that I was really this horrible, flame-throwing, terrible tyrant, right? Now I go on a television show where basically what I do is I fire people, and everyone thinks I'm such a nice guy, which tells you what a bad image I had before The Apprentice.
We talk about it.
Does she have impact with you?
Well, the fact is I have George and Carolyn, but I also have George and Carolyn, and I have my little Melania. The truth is she does. She has a person that she thinks is very good on The Apprentice, number 3, the one doing on Thursday night, and she's told me that, and I think that's totally fair.
Of course, she's your wife.
Yeah, I think
And
it's
does it impact you? I mean,
It does, and Mark Burnett, generally Mark wants me to do exactly what I want to do, and he's an incredible guy and a good guy, a really good guy. There's another guy
Great guy.
that is a wonderful guy. But every once in a while he'll say something that, you know, I like to listen to people, what they think, especially Mark or Melania or people that I respect.
where are you?
From Slovenia. I'm from Slovenia, and I grew up there as a teenager, and I left it 15 years ago.
To come?
Went to Milan, and then Paris, and then I went to New York. I came to New York 10 years ago.
You want to be a model?
Yes, I was modeling.
That was your goal, to be a model?
Yes, I was modeling in Milano, Paris, and then came to New York, and I had a very successful career.
You still?
Well, she's doing an Affleck commercial, and I was very...
duck?
Yeah, I was very... Dan Amos, who's the chairman of Affleck, who's done an amazing job.
Amazing.
He wanted to do where the duck turns into this beautiful swan or beautiful duck. And they said, okay, the concept is great. Now we're going to supply you with like 25 women, and you can choose the one you want. He said, no, I don't want to look at anybody. I want Trump's wife. She doesn't want to do too much anyway. She was very successful. I don't think she wants to do a lot of modeling, but she's having fun, and she's giving a lot of offers, and she turns many of them down, most of them down. She liked doing the Affleck one because it was so different, and it's such a great commercial.
It is.